Ta-da! I'm getting soaked by the spray. If I had a companion, I would walk behind there. But I think it's too irresponsible to do it solo. But I reckon you could walk behind that waterfall. Fording over a basalt rock formation, and a magnificent formation it is too. This water is really displacing the air to the point where it's making a wind. This is not normal wind. It's caused by the falling water pushing the air aside. And on my wet body and clothes, that wind is really something. I mean, in terms of wind chill. I'm on my way back. Just have a look at these rainforest plants. There's no flowers. The foliage is beautiful. When I was at the falls, I noticed these water pipes, 2 of them. And I've been following them back, and they do seem to be like a trail. I don't know where they come out, but they're going in the right general direction, so I'm following them, and it's certainly a lot easier. I'm well above and well away from the falls, which the creek, which is maybe, I don't know, 30 to 50 meters that away. Those birds you can hear are bellbirds. Be careful of these plants, they can give a nasty bite, the undersides of them. They're a bit like stinging nettles, I guess, the European stinging nettles. Ooh, wow, that hurt my finger. It's just the undersides. For some reason I've got hairs. That really stung. But I've got it all up my arm too. You see the redness? I scrazed it from the elbow down to the hand. Yeah, they're crossing that creek, and it's a different creek. This creek is coming the opposite way. In other words, it's going towards the falls. Anyway, let's cross and continue with those water pipes. I just hope they're going in the right direction for me, because if they're not, I'm lost. Well, I'm not. I guess I could find out where the creek, the main creek is, and follow that again. Meanwhile, let's do this crossing. It'd be nice if there was something to go down onto. Oh. Well, these pipes came out nowhere near where I started. I don't even know where I am. I'm on this track. And the pipes are now running just the other side of this barbed wire fence. And I think I should be way over there, maybe half a mile, maybe a mile over there through the trees. All I can do now is to follow this track Tell you what, you would not get up here in a two-wheel drive vehicle. You would need a four-wheel drive. This mud is soft. Of course, I'm talking about this sort of weather, wet weather. It might be possible in a drought. I'm coming to a gate. I would say there's a road beyond there. Up there, can you see it? I would say that's the road to wherever my van is. There's those water pipes. They've been taken to feed this property, which looks like a nursery of some sort. Now I've got to get across here. How? I'm so wet and muddy that it didn't matter. I scrambled under that gate. Now let's make for this road. Okay, I believe I know where I am because I can hear howling coming to me on the wind, and it's coming from this direction somewhere. So I'm going to assume that's my two dogs howling, and I'll make for that. Can you see my arm, the welts that are coming up from that plant? There's welts actually coming up like ant stings or bee stings, right up the length of my arm. Okay, there's the van. Can you hear the howling? I came out where those water pipes were, about half a mile the other side of that green building there, which is up high, up that scree or rock wall above the road. And I followed the dogs howling around. Had to go right around there. Of course, by now I wasn't following the dogs howling because they were in the opposite direction. And then I had to find the road, which I could see, and then follow the dogs howling to there. For once, I want to thank you for howling. You did help me to locate the van. Wheels on the arms. And on the junction of that thumb there. Now that is absolute rubbish. 20 minutes. I admit I got lost. And I admit it's wet and slippery and I had to go a lot slower. But if you look up on the internet, you'll find there's other able-bodied hikers in pairs, in groups, who have walked this and who are scathing in their criticism of this sign of 20 minutes. One pair of able-bodied, experienced hikers said it took them 70 minutes in the dry. These rangers, or whoever it is that make these, they really need to put a bit more thought. They look at a map, they don't walk it themselves, they look at the map, I reckon, and say, oh yeah, well that's 600 meters, this should only take about 20 minutes. So if I had left someone in the car, apart from the dogs, say a wife or kids, and said, I'll only be 20 minutes people, and off I went, and then 2 hours later I'm still not here, can you imagine the heart attacks those people I left behind would be getting? That's a thoroughly irresponsible sign. Okay, these boots are not going to come into the van. They're going to have to be cleaned off, banged together, debris taken off before they're allowed into the van. Socks are absolutely wet. Everything is wet. As soon as I've got these off, I have to have something to eat. Starving. Gosh, those arms hurt. It's just like it's on fire. Here's the Wikipedia. Dendrocenide excelsior, the giant stinging tree. That's it. Can cause a severe reaction when in contact with human skin, so is a hazard to livestock, travellers and campers. Minor stings can last an hour or two. Severe stinging can last for months. First aid for the sting is to apply wax hair removal strips and then yank them off to remove the hairs. The stings have been known to kill dogs and horses that have brushed against them. I'm so glad I didn't take the dogs with me. And anyway, who's going to take wax hair removal strips on a hike up to Browns Falls? The leading researchers of stinging trees found the only way she could handle the plant to study it was with heavy welding gloves. Warning! The leaves and stems of this tree deliver an excruciating sting. You don't say. Rather like multiple paper wasp stings. Under no circumstances touch this tree with bare skin or rub any part of your clothing that have come in contact with the silicone needles on your skin. Now you tell me. If you bump into small trees, you will be showered with tiny, sharp, hollow silicone needles which contain the toxins. Everything on this leaf that is not green is not your friend. The stems are just as bad. Fallen leaves can be just as nasty. You have been warned. These trees, I'm just researching them, actually grow huge. This trunk is a stinging tree, not the small green one. The whole trunk is a stinging tree. That's how big they get. But at least then they're not too dangerous because you don't rub up against the foliage.